Hello, and welcome to my new series I would like to call Harlequin's Book Coven. I am Prince Harlequin, and you may know me from playing video games on Twitch, mostly Dead by Daylight, but sometimes some other horror games. But another passion that I have is I really like to read, or at least I did when I was a child. I used to get lost in books as a kid, but when I became an adult, as a lot of people can probably relate to, it becomes really hard to sit down and read. It feels like you don't have the time, which is really just code for I'd rather do other things. And I kind of wanted to get back into my passion for books. So, because I am like a little sporadic and I have a habit of being like really hyper focused on one thing or several at once, I thought I would try to manipulate myself by picking three of the books in my backlog and reading them simultaneously so that I could finish them. And that way, if there's like a day where I'm just not feeling the book that I'm currently reading, maybe one of the other two speaks to me a little bit more and it still motivates me to sit down and read for the day. And that way I can make reading a habit. So, in this series, this will be to introduce the books that we're going to be reading. And then weekly, every Monday, which this will be uploaded Friday, which will be tomorrow. So in 3 days, there will already be a 1 week update because this is a redo of the video I uploaded on Wednesday, which was yesterday. It was up for 2 hours. I apologize if you had to see it. It didn't really work. I was trying the scripted thing. It wasn't a thing for me. It doesn't work. It didn't feel genuine. So we're gonna try to freehand this and see how it goes. So let's go ahead and hop into the books that we're going to read, starting with the first one, which is already up on the screen. So, The Damnation Game by Clive Barker is a book that I wanted to read because there was a point in time where I also wanted to get back into reading and wasn't sure how to get that book bug back. Once it goes away, it's like really hard to kind of lasso in and harness again. And Barker is actually responsible, and I thought I brought this book. It's over there. I'm gonna get it. Barker is responsible for writing my favorite book of all time, which is The Scarlet Gospels, which is an insanely good book. It's like a Lord of the Rings epic journey, but set in hell. It's the sequel to The Hellbound Heart, so it's Clive Barker's vision of what a sequel to Hellraiser would have been, and it's incredibly interesting. If you haven't had a chance to read it, you should check it out, but I've yet to be able to find a book that pulls me in like that. So, favorite book, and I was like, maybe he has other things that I'll love because I like The Hellbound Heart, I love The Scarlet Gospels. Maybe we can continue this trend. So I was like, I'm gonna read his entire bookography, catalog. Bookography. Are both words? Or is only one of them? I do not know. We'll find out. So the Damnation Game is about basically Chance. I'm gonna read you the synopsis that I copy and pasted because it's the easiest thing to do. So the synopsis, or what it's about, is Chance had ruled Marty Strauss's life for as long as he could remember. Now at last luck was turning his way. Paroled from prison, he becomes a bodyguard to Joseph Whitehead, one of the richest men in Europe. But Whitehead also has played with Chance, an ancient game which gave him vast power and wealth in exchange for his immortal soul. Now the forces he played against are back to claim what's theirs. Terrifying forces with the power to raise the dead, and Marty is trapped between his human masters and hell itself, with just one last desperate game left to play. So, not only was it the first novel that I could find in his catalog, even though I know Books of Blood exist, okay, I get it. I didn't want to do short stories, I wanted a novel. It sounds interesting. It sounds fun. And so I actually made it to page 80 of this book before I set it down and kind of forgot about it. And I want to finish it because I really do want to see kind of where it goes. It's really interesting so far. The book bug just died. That's what happened with this. Then for my second book, what I would like to read is a Very popular book, especially right now with the show that's currently on. Um, and I've always wanted to read it, but I've never been able to. I've tried 3 different times to read Stephen King's It, and once when I was a teenager, I think it was just overwhelming how big it was at that time when I was like 13, 12, 11,000 pages is a lot. Um, I just couldn't get into it, and that's what ended up happening with it. And then I tried again with it chapter 1 when it released because I really wanted to know more of the backstory, and I was really intrigued by some of the new things that were in the movie, and I was like, oh my god, what else don't I know? This would be so cool. And now it was reignited because Welcome to Derry is out, and I've been really enjoying that, but people have been talking about how they were so excited because it's diving into some of the stories that were in the book that never made the movies or were just mentioned in the movies. And I was like, how much more of this world exists? I know it's 1,000 pages, but damn. And so I really want to find out what this has to offer. What this has to offer. I can speak. Words are hard, but we can do it together. Um, I have made it 104 pages, and I kind of put it down about a week ago, so it's not like this is as old as like the Damnation game of when I put it down. I put Damnation game down around 6, 7 months ago, and then it was a week ago. So, and it was actually what kind of inspired this idea because I was like, I need a change of pace, but like I don't want to stop reading it because I do want to finish it. I do want to find out what happens. And then the third book is Along Came a Spider by James Patterson. It is the first Alex Cross novel. I absolutely adore the movies. Along Came a Spider is my favorite movie out of the Alex Cross movies so far. I like Kiss the Girls. I think it's okay. But Along Came a Spider was the one that hooked me. And excuse me. Because this is a remake of the video, at the time of recording this video, I was at 123 pages in. I don't know why I put it down. I still can't tell you. But this is actually the one that I picked up first after I recorded that other video that we're not going to talk about again after this. I haven't been able to put it down. I read 150 pages yesterday. I made it so far into the book. I'm probably going to finish it by tomorrow or Saturday morning, afternoonish. So good. It's so good. And then on top of it, it's this interesting hardcover that I've seen with school books a lot of the time where they don't really have like sleeves or anything. It's just like the art is printed on the cardboard. There's no I don't know how to explain it. I think somebody once called it like the library edition, but it's pretty interesting. And a fun fact about me with reading is I don't like reading books if they're not hardcover. I can't explain to you why. I just like the feeling of them in my hand. I like how heavy they are. I like how large the pages are. It makes me happy. Paperbacks frustrate the living shit out of me. I hate reading them, and I'm so sorry if that makes me like a prude. But it's how I feel. So, Monday, I plan on having, I would say Monday or Tuesday, because I'd probably have to record it Monday. So Tuesday morning, maybe Tuesday mornings, we will have an update of where I am with the way it's heading right now with Along Came a Spider. That one will probably be finished by that time, and we'll kind of go over what I thought about the book, a little bit of the plot. I know I didn't read the descriptions for Along Came a Spider or It. I feel like It is well known enough that I don't really need to. It's about an evil cosmic creature that poses as a terrifying clown who kills people, and he's bad. That's he's impossible to escape. If you don't know what it's about, I'm really sorry. But I'm not reading the description. I'm not going to do it. Along Came a Spider is a crime thriller about Alex Cross, who's a detective who's looking into the kidnapping of a prominent politician's child. And it's been crazy good. I can't wait to talk about it in the update video. So hopefully this works. The problem that I'm running into, the good problem that I mentioned earlier, is I gave the reason why I wanted 3 different books at once at the beginning of this, but what I'm running into is because I'm enjoying one book so much, I don't want to go to the other 2. I just want to read this one all the way through. So I don't know if that'll be the case all the time. We'll see. We'll modify as we go. This is an experiment we're all doing together. I will see you in the next one. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful week and a great weekend, and I will see you bright and early on Tuesday to let you know how this is all going. Thank you so much.